Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the CEO of Himlane. Dana, how you doing?
Hey, thanks for having me.
You know, something that I am still shocked, appreciative, impressed by is not only that you come back every other week on this channel, which I greatly appreciate. You bring a unique perspective to the channel. But I think it was like 9 months ago. It might have been 12 months ago. You saw the opportunity to give back to the people on this channel. Himlane's always had a 30-day trial. That wasn't new. That's been in the market forever. But what you did for us, out of the goodness of your heart, on weekends, outside of being the CEO of the company, is you created a PDF about how to run a 30-day trial. Right? How can a brand new landlord who's never been a landlord before run through this free exercise day by day by day, and then because you've been added to the private Facebook group, you went extra, which I still can't believe you did. Your time is precious. You went and created a video series, actually going like, Dana, you did this. You know how easy it would have been for most CEOs to say, "Hey, you marketing puke over there, you sales engineer over there, you go record this thing for that other guy." I can't believe that you did this for all of us. And folks, if you have not done the 30-day trial yet, you are missing out. There are so many lessons learned. You don't have to buy the software. There are lessons learned just by pretending to be a landlord in marketing, collecting rents, repairs, tracking. I mean, there's so much value, just experience to be gained. So just thank you. Man, it's awesome that you did that for us. So thank you very much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And yeah, I think as a landlord, it's really interesting. There's really long form ways to do things and then shorter ways to get things done. A couple examples in like rent collection. On the first of the month, no matter if you're on holiday or if you're working and it's the first of the month and you're in finance and you're trying to close your books or whatever it is, going into your bank account and confirming every tenant paid and paid the correct amount. Versus just having a system that says, yep, check the box, everyone's paid. You don't even have to check it. We've confirmed it. Or on the repair side, making sure you get all the details up front, like what type of appliance is it? Is it an active leak, or is it a little drip that might be able to wait till Monday morning? All these things to just make your life better and more delightful is what we're really trying to put into there and really trying to show you, which is my passion for it as well, because there's obviously difficult ways to do things and easier ways to do things. And so that's really what we wanted everyone to experience with Hemlane and going through the 30-day free trial.
Yeah, but then you go extra and you give them a PDF, or I'll call a script or whatever you want to call it, and then you do videos. Let's talk about 3, 4, 5 things that a brand new landlord are going to experience. There's so much in the 30-day trial and in the script, but I mean, marketing, check. Rent collection, check. Repair request, follow up. Late rents. Yeah. Adding units, change it. I mean, it's just, there's so much there. Reporting. Yeah, just talk about something like, what are the big 3, 4, 5 things that you're like, make sure you remember this, make sure you look at that.
So these are the big things, but then I'll talk about the things that make it a little bit more also delightful. So the big things is like advertising your rental and getting that right, because vacancy is second to a bad tenant. Vacancy is the most emotional point in having a rental property, because you have no income coming in and you're paying presumably a mortgage on it. So that is the first thing, going through that step and just clicking the button to see it advertised on 30 rental listing websites. We all know that 7 of them are the best, but all 30. And so that's the first part. The second part, I think that is really delightful, is the tenant screening. And so when you have applicants that come through, how do you stay objective and reduce that risk with income verification, having their credit report, and then it consolidated into really making you understand why their credit score is what it is. Is it because they have medical debt? Is it because they have a shopping habit? They're addicted to Nordstrom. Those types of things will really make a difference. And so making sure to provide a delightful experience with that. And then I would say, obviously, the rent collection and financial tracking, just being able to track your financials in there. And then finally, the repair coordination. Those I would say are the things that are like, hey, check the box you have to have.
Mhm.
However, some of the delightful things I would say with Hemlane are, one actually is our customer support. You call them, and I've had folks that tell me like, your customer success team is better than even like Nordstrom, where you can return a tire, right?
Mhm.
They're there for you. And I think that's really important when you're running a business, to make sure that people working with you are right there, not only for you, but more importantly for your customer, who's the
Mhm.
tenant. They have the same number that they call as if you are a landlord who calls. That's how important they are to us.
Right.
That's one thing. The other thing is some of these delightful in-app experiences, such as like troubleshooting. So before the tenant submits the repair request, how can we alleviate and take that work off of you, and go through the process to help them either de-escalate it or solve it on their own.
Mhm.
And then finally, what I would say is software. A lot of times people use Excel because it's just easier. It's like Michael and I are living together, let's just say, and he says he's moving out because he hates me as a roommate and I need to get someone else in. On a spreadsheet, it's very easy to like change the name from Michael to, someone else, whoever else is going to live with me. In Hemlane, we make that experience really easy as well, where it's like, you can set a move out date, but just for Michael. And then you can invite an applicant who is applying, but they're not approved to live with Dana until they go through the background check, the credit report, the application. Then we provide those to you, and then we let you know that they're approved.
Yeah.
Certain things like that, I think making it where when those types of situations happen, you don't have to go outside of the program to do it. You can do it all in app is really important.
Yeah, and then there's, for me in the beginning, it was always the audit trail of communications, right? Some
Yeah.
places texting is allowed, somewhere it's not, right? By using a system like this, you are collecting what could become very important should you find yourself, in court or in eviction or any of that. So, yeah, the troubleshooting was a nice touch, great ad. Because again, most landlords, especially out of state, it's like, well, I got to have a service call. Well, maybe not. Maybe you could tell them, well, did you try this? Did you
Yeah.
try that? Because sometimes it's really frustrating spending $100 or $50 or whatever your service call is to, tighten the light bulb a little bit, right? So,
Exactly.
yeah, that's some cool stuff. So again, I think more and more people that watch this channel, because again, we're heading into winter. I think they need to practice being a landlord. A lot of people that watch one rental at a time want to be landlords. They have a buy box. They're doing the daily discipline. They can't find a great deal, but you know what you can do? You can start a 30-day trial and pretend. Put
Yeah.
down, like, you have a deal. Like if you're one of my students, you have a deal spreadsheet. Take 3 of those addresses. Pretend like you own them. Put
Yeah.
them in and just start getting the feel, right? And have bad stuff happen, right? Have a late tenant. Have something break. And just realize what, and then, oh, by the way, have your friends be a pain in the butt, not pay you or whatever. Just get a lot of people working in your trial, your experience. So where can people find it?
Yeah, you can go to www.hemlane.com. Just mention one rental at a time, because you do, after the 30-day free trial, get 20% off. And one last point I want to leave with, the communication trail, I think, is super important.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at our data, most tenants actually respond via clicking on, like, actually looking at the text message and
Yeah,
responding to that. But every responsive text message obviously gets logged into what we're,
exactly.
and then
Yes.
it goes, and it's interesting, it goes to the landlord however they want. It can be text or email or both, that they get notified on it. But then it all still gets logged there. So what we find is a lot of tenants actually don't use their email. They're using just
Mm-hmm.
text message. And
Agreed.
what's interesting is most of our landlords are still on emails. However, it's slowly
It's
going.
slowly moving, but yes, us old timers are on email.
It's
Yes.
exactly. It's slowly moving over to text message, but it doesn't matter how you
Yeah.
want to communicate, whether it's text or email, we can do that within the app.
Yeah. And then the last thing I want to hit again, Dana cared about people that watch this channel. She created a PDF that she wanted me to give away for free. The place we do that is in the free course. There's a link below. It's there. It's in one of the bonus sections. And then for the course members, you added the video series, which again, I can't believe the CEO did that for us. So Dana, thank you very much for that. Thank you for coming back every couple of weeks. I appreciate it. The audience and the students appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me.
You got it.